Hello everyone and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria. Today we are here talking about the solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. This is occurring on the 8th of April of 2024. Hold on to your hats here, folks. This is a big one. Number one, the solar eclipse itself is always a very spectacular, if you can see it, astronomical event, right? It's like the fire in the sky kind of energy. Way back in, before they understood astrology, way back in medieval times and things, whenever there was an eclipse, it was like the end of the world, right? The end of times. Of course, we don't look at it quite that way these days, although eclipses can be very unpredictable and they can bring things out of the woodwork. Expect the unexpected whenever we do have eclipse energy, because pretty much anything goes. We can have endings, we can have new beginnings, we can have surprises, we can have joyous occasions and joyous things that come out of nowhere. We can also have things coming out of the woodwork. And so things that have been forgotten about, or things that maybe someone neglected. If you think of your workplace, maybe something comes up from 2 years ago that some old employee never took care of properly, and now here it is. Somehow you have to deal with it. So things like that can very much come up at eclipses. The eclipses can also bring about fated events and just things that are kind of meant to happen, or things that kind of put you right back on your destined path. Now, this particular one, this is going to happen on April 8th of 2024. Pacific Standard Time is 11:20 a.m. is when that full effect of that eclipse is. 2:20 p.m. Eastern time, okay. But check your clocks, check your calendar, check, NASA or something like that to see where and when yours is going to be visible the most. Make sure that you do view eclipses with a little bit of safety in mind, though, because we don't want to burn your retinas out or anything like that. Make sure you do have proper glasses to watch it. Now, new moons themselves bring new beginnings. A solar eclipse is like a new moon on steroids. So there could be a new beginning somewhere in your life coming about because of this eclipse. Now, this eclipse does trigger a whole cycle. Normally, this cycle does end in about 6 months, because it usually culminates with the full moon in Aries, usually in October, right, is when we have the next eclipse season. This one's a little strange because we actually don't get another full moon in the sign of Aries until the spring, because the eclipse in October of 2024 is actually going to be in Pisces. So very interesting kind of energy there. So this is a long, drawn out new beginning event, which can actually give you some more time to, get things done or get things started, or start to see some progress. This is also conjunct Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer, so this is a perfect time to heal old wounds, whether they're personal, emotional, whether it's something in your career, something in your relationships, right? So this can help us heal some insecurities, some fears, right? And so it's a huge opportunity for healing and having a fresh start. So it is really quite exciting. This is also occurring, there's a lot going on. There's also occurring at the time of a Mercury retrograde. Retrogrades are a time to take a step back, reflect, regroup, renew, reassess, and reevaluate things in our lives. It can also be a time where we can gain some clarity and insights, because we are having a look back at something, or we are double checking something over. We can get the answers that we've been looking for, and sometimes we can have a second chance at something here, whether it's a second chance to start something new, or a second chance to heal something and release it and let it go. This eclipse is happening at 19 degrees. If you know your astrological birth chart, and if you have any personal planets between 17 and 21 degrees, you're going to feel this the most, but have no fear. This is going to impact us all. Reflect back to the solar eclipse that we had in 2023. There may be some things that have played out for you, or maybe there's something that you've forgotten about and you're like, you know what? I'm going to try this again. I'm going to give myself a second chance to start something fresh, or to kind of turn over a new page, turn over a new leaf. That was a doozy of an eclipse last year, of course, because we also had a square to Pluto, right? So that was that was a tricky one, that one. And it really did kickstart a lot of massive changes. I know that I had a lot of massive changes last year, especially through the summer when Venus went retrograde in the sign of Leo. That was not a good time. So, this can be where some things have kind of played out for you, or there may be still some things going on. But this is going to be a very interesting one as well. A couple of days after this eclipse, okay, on April 11th, we have a Mercury cazimi. So a cazimi the word cazimi means in the heart of the sun. This is where we can get a mental breakthrough, new visions of the future. This is where we can plant new seeds of intentions. Fresh truths may be revealed, and this can actually bring you some good luck. So the cazimi can actually be a really good time to set intentions to manifest some things into your life. But whatever your situation is, this is going to be a fiery eclipse. It's going to be intense, but it's very closely linked with the sun, so it can be very creative, very energetic. If you've been feeling stuck in a rut, this might be where you get the energy boost you need to get things started and to really get some action going, right? Follow your passion, your goals, your dreams. You might be filled with a little bit more positivity than you were previously. And it's not that we don't have some bumpy astrology coming in as well, because we do, but this is probably going to give you a little bit more of a positive vibe to overcome things or to make those little changes that you want to make. So having said that, let's get into your cards and let's pull out cards for your sign. And for you, Scorpio, we do have this occurring in the 6th astrological house, ruled by Mercury. So this retrograde can really have you taking a step back, and you might be lost in thought, lost in some deep contemplation about things, but your mind can also be really sharp at this time. You could be communicating a little bit better. Maybe you're reassessing and reevaluating situations in your life. The 6th house does have to do with your health, your happiness, your well-being, your physical well-being, your physical situation. Also has to do with like your daily routines and things. So you could be in this energy thinking, okay, it's the start of an astrological new year. I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to have a checkup. This can be where, you're like, you know what, I want to be a little bit healthier. And whatever your goal might happen to be, whether it's just to feel a little bit better or whether it's to lose some weight, whatever it happens to be, you might be considering making some changes to your diet in this energy. Just something where, you don't have to have any kind of astronomical goal, right? It can be just, you know what, I'm going to replace the French fries with a salad twice a week, and I'm just going to feel a little bit better about myself, right? Or I'm going to, normally I just walk my dog around the block. Maybe I'm going to set a time goal and we're going to stay out for at least half an hour or an hour, right? So you might just be making some small changes to things in your life, and but they could be big ones for some of you too. Remember, the little things that we do add up to the big things. So sometimes in our human existence, we do set up these lofty goals, and they seem like climbing a mountain. And so we need to remember that when we bring things, dial things back a little bit, it's a lot more attainable, and then we can have a lot more smaller wins. So you could be doing things like that. You could be potentially doing something like starting a yoga class or something like that. But in this energy, you're switching up your daily routine in some way. Okay, might be getting up a little bit earlier, not hitting the snooze button, cutting back on the coffee. Whatever it is here for you will have a positive impact on your health, happiness, and well-being. You may be getting a new pet at this time as well, because your 6th house has to do with pets. So it's a great time, beginning of an astrological year, to get your pet checkup at the vet. There we go. That can be a good thing for both you and them. But you might be getting a little puppy or a kitten, or maybe something a little bit more exotic, a hamster for one of your children or something like that. But pets can be front and center in some of this energy here as well. But I do feel that this Mercury retrograde is really going to open your eyes to something. It's really going to have you doing some deep thinking at this, and you're not just going to be sitting here thinking about something. I think you're going to be doing something with whatever decisions that you're making internally, or whatever information or clarity that you receive. Attend to the details, and we've got Virgo energy coming in here for you guys. This is slowing things down a little bit. Virgo energy is not fast, but it's slowing things down a little bit, paying attention to the little things, reflecting, reviewing things, double checking things, doing some extra due diligence and homework is all going to pay off for you here in this energy. So again, that Mercury retrograde is really inviting you to take a step back and open your eyes, open your mind, open your heart to things, and kind of make sure that you are paying extra due care and attention to things in your life, and asking all the right questions and seeking out better, more reliable sources of information as well. So you could be doing some research at this time. We've got the 3 of Swords, the Moon, there you go, and we have the Magician. There you go. So the 3 of Swords indicates there's something potentially not quite right in your world. Fortunately, we've got Chiron here to help us out with this energy. The 3 of Swords, this can be sadness, depression. This could be something to do with your heart or your blood pressure, your circulation, that kind of thing. This can be where, maybe you feel that, I want my physical strength to be stronger. I need to make some changes, right? We're looking for new ways to improve our health. And the 3 of Swords can show that there is something here we need, excuse me, I'm sorry, something here that we need to address. So our physical, emotional, spiritual health, right? Whatever that happens to be for you, that 3 of Swords shows that there's something that we need to address. But with the Moon energy here, it could be something that's hidden, or something that maybe you've been ignoring, okay? Because the Moon deals with some shadow energy and those things that are hidden. So with the Magician here, you could be going to see some sort of, maybe not necessarily, for some of you, maybe not necessarily a traditional doctor. Maybe you go and see like a naturopath or something like that, some sort of magical practitioner. Perhaps this can be a great call for you, with some spiritual energy here for you to get your, go for a Reiki session, things like that. A little bit of a spiritual healer might be the order of the day for some of you. But yes, there could be some underlying conditions here that you might already kind of intuitively know about. Your intuition is very much on point. And you know what? There's no time like the present to get things checked out. But with that Moon and the Magician, oh man, you've got some magic here going on. The Magician has to do with your ability to create, your ability to get the resources that you need, and to kind of magically make things happen for yourself. You're very focused on something here, or you're going to be making some changes where you do need to have a laser focus, and you need to have just get started and maybe put a little bit of a plan in place, because you can change, you can create whatever it is that you want. Now, the Magician and the Moon, both of these energies coming in here, and with this new moon, right, this eclipse energy, you could be getting something new. You could be, number one, feeling a little bit better, feeling a little more lighthearted. There's some healing energy coming in here for you. But you could also be manifesting something really exciting in your life as well. It's going to be something that benefits you in some way, but it can be something coming in. So you might get some resources that you need, or perhaps you do figure out, how, I'm not feeling like myself. How do I make myself feel better? And all of a sudden you might find yourself in the right place at the right time, You could open up your cell phone and find like an ad for something that just kind of really clicks for you, and you're like, I want to do that, right? So a little bit of magic in the air for you guys. Might be also a little bit emotional because we do have the moon. The moon can bring out emotions, okay? But this can really show that there is a cycle that needs to end for you with the Three of Swords, and a new cycle beginning for you here with this Magician. So with the moon energy, really connect with this moon. Find a quiet space. Connect with yourself. Do a little bit of meditation. Really kind of connect with your emotions and dig a little bit deep. See what is hidden, right? Because sometimes we have some underlying fears or insecurities and things like that that prevent us from moving forward. So you might be doing a little bit of an emotional deep dive at this moon, but I feel that you will probably find what it is that you're looking for, or get the answers that you have been seeking. The moon does show that there might be an element of fears or doubts, and you're encouraged to face them and believe in your magic, believe in your power. Some of you could be having some very deep spiritual insights at this time. Don't forget that just a couple of days after this eclipse, we do have that Kazemi happening. So there could be a really big shift for you coming in here. Pay very close attention to anything weird that you see, any signs, symbols, synchronicities that you see along your journey. They really do mean something. Your intuition is heightened. Your psychic abilities are heightened. It's going to be a great time for you to set some intentions to manifest some things into your life as well. So believe in your personal power. We have self-care. Hey, there you go. Spoil yourself in the moonlight. And of course, where this new moon is hitting, self-care, there you go. Your sixth house energy, health, happiness, well-being. What does that look like to you? There is your next message. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. A great positive affirmation, and we'll put that right on top of your happy little magician. I'll leave that there for you, Scorpio. I hope there was something in here for you. If so, please do hit that like button. It's the thumbs up sign. It's free for you, but it really does help the video get out there. So I appreciate that. And don't be afraid to join in or start a conversation down below as well. We're all in all this energy together. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world and also astrologically here for us. And sometimes things feel a little bit scary or a little bit weird. So how are these eclipses evolving for you? If you're going through something strange, probably someone else is as well. So help and support and be kind to each other down in the comment section. But I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.